Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling. And man, I really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to watch the video and spend some time with me. And I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos. All you guys out there that have been supporting the channel by watching and using all the links I put in the description. I just wanted to extend a big thank you from me and my family for all the support you've shown us, because we really appreciate that. And guys, today we're going to be talking about the one thing that may finally force Bassmaster and MLF to do the right thing in terms of, getting rid of spotlighting, and that is the lack of co-angler participation. Now, we talked about this a little bit before earlier in the year, but there's been a lot of chatter the last couple weeks about the two elements. That there's really two elements that have pushed to the forefront as far as some of the industry people and even some of the people within the tournament organizations finally realizing we've got to do something about this. One is the lack of co-angler participation. The second one is the decline in retail tackle sales for the traditional bass fishing genre. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this video, guys, is it's Sunday when I do this video, so it's Championship Sunday on Bassmaster. Guys, I've had 3 or 4 of my buddies text me this morning and basically say, quote, "I am tired of watching this SHIT." These guys want to watch bass fishing, but they won't, because every time they tune in, all they see is the back of 4 dudes' heads staring down at a dang live scope screen saying, there he is, oh, he's almost got it, there he is, oh, he's got it. They're tired of it. They don't want to see it. These are guys I've known for years, and they want to see some real hardcore bass fishing. And it's sort of funny, before I get into this co-angler deal, it's like, it's bad when anytime, like 2 or 3 cases out of this year, it's like, maybe 1% of the year, occasionally some dude will be in the top 2 or 3, or maybe lead the tournament one day doing traditional bass fishing. Like maybe somebody will lead a tournament throwing a glide bait one day, or somebody's flipping or something. And anytime that happens, they have to make a point to go out of their way to basically acknowledge the fact that somebody actually caught one without spotlighting. So when they have to bring attention to just how weird it is that a traditional bass fishing technique actually made it into TV, it's pretty bad. So, but anyway, I did a video a few weeks ago talking about how there's been a lot of talk within the tackle industry about putting pressure on the tournament organizations to do something about it, because it's hurting the retail tackle stores in the traditional bass fishing sense. But the big thing, and this is one of the things I've been hearing a lot from the last couple of weeks, Bassmaster and MLF are getting ready to make their maybe any rule announcement changes. And the biggest thing that I'm hearing is the fact that the lack of co-angler participation over the past 2 years is costing them more money than they're getting subsidized by the electronic companies. Because, prime example, guys, the first BFL tournament I fished this year, there wasn't enough co-anglers, so I got paired with another boater. I hadn't fished with another boater since 1990. That's unheard of. And it's like, if you go through like the Bassmaster Opens, if you go through the Toyota Series, the BFLs, there may be 200 boats in the tournament and maybe 70 or 80 co-anglers. That's never happened before. And we all know why. We've seen it over and over and over again. We've heard co-anglers voice their frustration with this. They go, "I am not going to draw some guy out and look at the back of his head out in the middle of the lake while he's looking at a fish on his cheater box, and I'm out there just flailing around in no man's land." They don't want it. It's not any fun. They can't learn anything. They can't catch any fish. They can't even, work on different techniques. It's just not an enjoyable experience, because most co-anglers, there's 2 things that they want to do. They want to go out and have a good time on the water, catch a few fish, but they want to learn. And when you're sitting down there, some guy looking at a Nintendo box, totally lost in his own world, like some 10-year-old kid playing a PS5 that you're trying to get their attention, same thing. That's just, they don't want that. So eventually, I think it's reached the precipice where MLF and Bassmaster, maybe not as much Bassmaster. I really put more hope in this for MLF to make this change, because they do have the Toyota Series and the BFLs, and they deal with a lot more co-anglers than Bassmaster does than just with the Opens. But I really hope that they make some type of a rule change, with the spotlighting, simply because of the lack of co-angler participation. And you know, a lot of you guys will say, Randy, you hate co-anglers, you always dog them. I don't hate co-anglers at all. I think it's a great program, but I just think co-anglers, I think the biggest advantage and the biggest thing that a co-angler should focus on is a learning experience. And I've always said, it's like, if I get a co-angler out there that, that fishes his water and doesn't pressure me and doesn't throw up in front of the boat, I'll give him anything in my tackle box. I'll talk to him all day long about bass fishing. But if I get some guy that's actually throwing up in front of the boat and trying to compete with me and trying to, if I flip into a stump and he flips 6 inches next to me as soon as my jig hits the water, no, I'm not going to help him at all. But I will help people that are there to sincerely learn. And that's the best thing about the co-angler experience. So we'll see, guys. It's going to be a couple weeks or so. We're going to hear something with this. And I don't really know. I got a few predictions on it here. My predictions is that I think MLF may surprise people on this deal. I really do. I got thinking about it, and I got thinking about that whole BFL and the lack of co-angler participation in the Toyota series, and I think that they may do the right thing simply because of that. Like I said, I don't hold out as much hope for Bassmaster, because it seems like Bassmaster they're just all in on the cheater box. They just, whoever's pulling the strings over there and making the decisions on that, obviously they don't have any appreciation for the older anglers or the traditional ways of bass fishing, and they just want to see four dudes, looking down at a live scope screen every single championship Sunday, regardless if they're losing memberships and viewers over. It's really sort of like the denial of reality on like some of the most severe level I've ever seen. But anyway, guys, we'll just keep on top of this. Like I said, there's been a lot of chatter. I hear a lot of chatter within the industry. I know a lot of people, and I try to keep you guys abreast on it without, I don't ever want to come out and say anything without, having all the information before. But I do think there's something about where there's smoke, there's fire a little bit. So I just try to keep you guys abreast of the vibe, and when we do hear something for sure, I'll let you guys know about it. So anyway, guys, hope you have a good day, and we'll talk later.